of the season, and you got those two teams going at each other, you always want to have a definitive winner. And this year we have a 1-1-1.
Gracia back to level at 2-2 with Becker at first after the hit by pitch. And they'll pick that way. Ball gets through Paulson, but he quickly chases it down and will keep Becker over at first.
Already what you're seeing out of DeCaro is the fastball's hovering between 94 and 95, which is pretty impressive. You know, usually he's probably starting off in like 92, 93, but really coming in fast with it. And their breaking pitches are upper 70s, low 80s.
Another check on Becker. Tar Heels showing the shift against Gracia, loading up that right side. They've pulled Schaffner over to the second base side of the bag, returning to the defense today after being absent against Elon Wednesday with a minor injury. Here's the 2-2, and Gracia flares it. Shallow center, and that'll dunk down. A soft single for A.J. Gracia. It's not all power, apparently, with this guy.
But he did such a great job of going with that pitch, and also knew that the defense was shifted on the right side of the infield. So anything that he was going to flare to that part of the field was going to be able to drop in.
The lefty-lefty matchup, something to key in on here, and it starts with a lefty and Jake Schaffner back at the top of the lineup after being absent against Elon in the midweek battle. First pitch home, sweeps outside. And it's 1-0.
Well, that's what the left-handed batters in North Carolina, their first time around, they're going to have to really pick up that arm slot to see exactly how quickly they can pick it up.
Schaffner the other way, knocked down by Murray, playing shallow, and his toss across retires Schaffner, one gone. He only had one infielder on that side of the diamond, and Schaffner hit it right to him.
You know, that lefty-lefty matchup, it's always perplexing, and you would think that, you know, going to the right side infield would make sense, but and in that case, Schaffner had other plans.
So here's Gallagher, Tar Heels second baseman and junior, out to a .250 start on the season. The OPS just north of 800. First pitch to him, nearly takes him out. And the captain has to step aside. It's 1-0.
The one thing you have to look at with Gavin Gallagher, don't look at batting average. Don't look at OPS yet. Let's wait till the end of the season. Judge him by the quality of his at-bats. Is he going deep? Is he putting some good foul balls? Is he making solid contact?
That majority of them from Duke, but Parada is one of the 12 returners for the Cavaliers this season. And solid numbers early on with his 10 driven in. Sharp ground ball the opposite way, backhanded in the hole by Schaffner, and a throw will sail all the way towards the camera well. It's an infield single for Parada, and an impressive effort by Schaffner to even get that throw off.
What I liked on that play, did you see the fake out by Paulson at first base?
Yeah.
That's what I really liked. Schaffner goes deep into the hole, great range, but, you know, he's throwing it to the football stadium. And then you look at Paulson doing the great fake there.
Well, Schaffner fortunate that that ball just stayed in play, caromed off the sidewall, keeps Parada at first. With 2 outs for the top of the order, here's Eric Becker again. Nicholson plays shallow at third, and Becker watches strike one on off speed.
But this goes back to what we saw with Schaffner on that previous play. The whole thought of he's got range. And sometimes when you have a lot of range, you're not going to get to everything. But in that case, it just shows how much range he can cover at short.
Pitch down and in, and a nice stop by Winslow to keep Parada honest. Eric Becker in the conference didn't receive any first place votes. North Carolina there at number 2, Georgia Tech and their top prospect Drew Burress at the top of the polling. Virginia was a preseason top 25 team in the nation as well on the D1 baseball polling. A loss to Stetson, and Charlotte have them just outside of that top 25 now, but still can get right back in the group with a potential series win this week.
Yeah, if you look at all the different polls, some of they're ranked, some they're not. You know, which one do you really put the most weight into? It's probably the D1 baseball poll is probably that you do, but still a high-quality team, but 2 losses like that might keep you out of the top 25.
Henry Zadkowski is back out there, the lefty who made quick work of the top 4 in the Tar Heel lineup first inning. Now he faces Owen Hull in a lefty on left matchup. It's 1-1. And takes a breaking ball low and outside.
Yeah, the left-handed hitters against Zadkowski, they're going to have to judge as quickly as they can the arm slot and the path of the ball, because it looks as if it's just veering off for a lefty hitter.
Hull with a sharp ground ball fielded behind first base by Harris, and he'll take it there himself, 1 away. Now, Owen Hull, I know, like to see the average climb a little bit more, but he's been putting together solid swings. They
A little action start in the Tar Heels bullpen.
Brian Gaines, pitching coach for this UNC staff, will head out there, have a word with DeCaro. You know, some of the soft contact is falling today against DeCaro, and that'll hurt your confidence a little bit. The flared single by Gracia, that soft base hit by Murray the other way. Do you think that's part of the messaging right now from Gaines?
I think it's that, and I think it's plays to your strength. And the strength today has been the fastball. And it kind of goes back to what Coach Forbes said, told us yesterday, and the whole thought process of, you know, go challenge the hitters with what your best is, and probably saying that's your pitch right now, because the breaking pitches aren't working to your favor. But we got to figure out how we get out of this situation yet again.
And already in this 3rd inning, some bullpen activity for UNC. Chmielewski, the left-hander, warming. Here's Zach Jackson, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And first pitch out in front of the plate. Winslow keeps it close enough and holds the runners.
Yeah, there has to come a point in time where DeCaro's got to realize that it's going to be length. And, you know, I think as the season progresses and they get deeper into conference play, I see Padgett being a guy do you bring in for the matchups or 1 inning. But today, you know, he's answering the call that they're probably going to need to get 2 or 3 innings out of him. And that might be a good thing. Stretch him out a little bit and quiet down the Cavalier offense and see what he can do.
Here's the 2-1 on the outer corner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Padgett's given up just the 1 earned run this season. It came in that midweek matchup against Longwood, who gave the Tar Heels a good fight. 5-3 was the final in that one. But 3 shutout last time out against A&T. Fastball just a little high. Full count, 3-2. Your plate umpire today, by the way, Travis Carlson. Tim Rosso mans first, Thomas O'Neill at second, and Trevor Hinson is at third. The payoff. Bounced opposite of the shift. Nicholson can't get there, and it rolls into left for a 1-out single. It's the second time today Virginia's hit against a heavy shift.
Yeah, it's been the story of Virginia's day. It's just they've been able to find and going against the shift, you know. Same thing, not trying to, it's just start chipping away, because there's plenty of ball game left for them to do something.
Eric Paulson takes the pitch down and outside, and it's 1-0. This is now the largest deficit that the Tar Heels have faced this season. They lost the midweek ball game to ECU 10-3. 7-run loss, and now they are in a deep hole, still with a lot of baseball to play, though. That's the only good thing, as Paulson grounds it up the middle. It's played by Becker on the second base side of the bag, and the stretch continues for Zadkowski. He has retired 9 Tar Heels in a row since he walked Paulson back in the first inning.
Yeah, he has found his rhythm. He is just humming right now. And in so many instances, it's like it's seamless. He hasn't had an inning where he's thrown 15 pitches yet. That's really impressive.
His pitch is soaring down the left field line into foul territory. Drifting that way, the shortstop Becker, and he runs into that sidewall for strike one on Macon Winslow.
That's a very difficult area for visiting ball players when they come to Chapel Hill, because you have the brick wall that's free with Tech. Wake Forest is a rock-solid ball club. So going into that Boston College series, you're going to have a real good feel in terms of how you look.
And a new arm on the hill for UNC as well. They'll shift to a lefty. It's Kyle Percival, the senior southpaw out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Andrew Jackson High School with his clean ERA over 5 innings of relief work this season. Toes the mound for a third time and takes over for Cameron Padgett, who surrendered those season-high 3 runs in the fourth. Left on left battle to start the inning, and a sharp ground ball hit foul.
If you're in North Carolina, what you're hoping that you get at Percival right now is just challenge hitters. Just go after them. You like that approach on the first pitch, 90 miles per hour in a third of the plate on a left-handed batter. Let's just keep that going.
Inning starts at the bottom of the order, and Antonio Parada, designated hitter. And he swings through a well-shaped breaking ball. 78-mile-per-hour curve for Percival, and he gets ahead 0-2. Eric Becker on deck, and then A.J. Gracia, those dangerous Virginia hitters. In on the fists, and Parada stays. And fouled straight back by French, now full.
And that's always a fun series if you're a baseball fan in the state of North Carolina, watching UNC and ECU the second week of the college baseball season, which a lot of ball clubs are not having that type of series in early February.
3-2 on the ground. It's the third baseman Murray, shifted up the middle, making the play at first just in time. So Carolina is down to their final out with the run rule in effect, and it'll come down to Jake Schaffner to extend the game. I think college baseball could only benefit from more top matchups like that, though. In the early stages of the season, we just saw NC State take on Coastal Carolina in a top 20 battle. Give us more of it. Why not?
I'm a fan. I'm an absolute fan, and I always give a lot of credit to North Carolina in terms of their strength of schedule very early in the season. Look, they opened up against Indiana this year. Last year was Texas Tech.
This one in the air to center field on the first pitch. Gracia has it measured, and this ball game is over. Virginia, 10-run rules. You up in the air out into right. Nunez will watch this one go. The second 2-run shot of the game for Virginia. Harrison Didowick demolishes that baseball. And it's now a 10-run Virginia lead. Tape measure shot on his first of the season.
That ball was crushed. There's no other way of putting it. He hits this into the Carolina night, and it's just a perfect swing. Look at the load, look at the extension. Just a magnificent home run by Didowick. And also, too, one of the offensive catalysts from that returning Virginia ball club, setting the tone again.
Scott Forbes out to the mound. He'll take the ball from Percival. And UNC will turn to their bullpen for a third time. Tell you about the new right-hander when we come back on ACC Network Extra.